For joining us today. It's Thursday. Let's take a look back at Sunday, actually, and a very special day for the football club, for the fans, and for yourself and your staff as well.
It's a great day, result aside. I think it was quite a historic day for everyone concerned, the fans, the football club, people that have worked here a long time, and the players. And it's nice to have a little break and a little experience for everyone involved of the highest level. And even though we didn't get the result, I think we did get a result. I think we've won some hearts and minds in the North East. And I think we've kind of put ourselves on the map a little bit, as people that conduct themselves properly. And that's important.
Obviously, from your spell at Newcastle yourself, someone that's very familiar with people and the Newcastle fans as well, but it seems that they've taken a bit of a shine to the Bromley support and also the way we conducted ourselves and played on Sunday.
Yeah, I think I said, sort of building up to the game, I wanted to make sure we give a good account of ourselves. I didn't want to go there and just, have a day out. Like I said, that wasn't really what it was about. And the players took that on board, and I think, to go in front at Newcastle was probably the best thing that could ever happen to this football club. Give everyone a little bit of hope. But like you say, I said to the guys, I thought they conducted themselves professionally on and off the pitch, which is important. And it wasn't meant to be on the day, but credit to Newcastle. They went around their job. They showed a lot of respect to us. Brought on some big players and got themselves in the next round of the cup. And it's a day that we want to have many more of these days, and that's really what we've got to make sure we do out of these sort of historic moments. We've got to make sure that we keep making them and keep achieving them and keep sort of aiming for more of those days.
Do you look back at those half-time substitutions made by Eddie Howe and Newcastle as a compliment, bringing on the big guns for the second half?
Yes, I do. And I think a respect value and also leaving nothing to chance. And they did make a difference, and that's not to say, the Hannibal one would have made a difference, but they did. Look, it's the cup, and they went about their business and done it exactly professionally and properly, and it was just too much for us on the day. But look, I think everyone involved had a respectful day out and come away with some praise.
And lastly, on Newcastle, just looking at that.
I like the movie. It's killing me talking about it.
Just on the support quickly, obviously the noise generated by the fans was brilliant. Looking up there, it felt like a Premier League away following, and actually the Newcastle fans have said that's the best away support they've seen in a long time, a lot of them.
And I would agree with that. You've got to realise I've been down there for 5 years of my life on that touchline and seen every away support go up there. And it really was, the fact that we give them something to cheer about was fantastic. The support was amazing, and it was our support, which probably made it even nicer. And I agree with a lot of what what was written about our fans. I think that's as good as the support I've seen up there since I've been there, and I'm not just saying that. So really grateful and thankful that they come and supported us like they have done since I've been here, and like I say, if we can give them a few more days like that, then brilliant.
Okay, let's move on from that now.
I'm one of those people that never likes to look back. I like to look forward. So we can park that now, can we?
We can park that one. It's gone. It's in the past. It's very much in the history books. But last week some news broke as well about Ben Thompson signing permanently for Bromley FC. And he's a player, when you brought him in on loan, it was quite a statement signing, which makes this even more of a statement, I guess.
Delighted that Ben signed for us permanently. He's a top player. He's played in the Championship very many games. He's a good guy. I like him. I like his honesty. Everything about him's us DNA, and I think he feels like he's got a home here, and that's important. And I want any player that signs to me to feel like they're a part of something and it's home. So for him to sign, and you can imagine that there was loads of other takers, and I'm going to say this in the nicest sense. On paper, probably better suitors than us, if that makes sense. But he felt like this was home. He wanted to come here. And we wanted him, and hopefully, he gives us some real good times out on that pitch. I'm delighted Ben's with us to take us forward.
You weren't done there last week. You signed Nikki Kabamba from Barnet, who a lot of Bromley fans will remember very well from last year, and the battle up there in the top scoring charts with Michael Cheek. Another welcome signing.
Yeah, Nicky's a player I've always feared when we've played against. He's given us some real tough afternoons when we've played against Nicky. I like him. He's similar but different from Cheeky. So there's a lot of traits in there. They score goals, both of them, which is good. But he's got different traits to his game that Cheeky hasn't. And equally, Cheeky's got traits to his game that Nicky hasn't. So it was important that we got someone that can complement and do something different as well. I met Nicky, I like him, and I'm delighted to have him on board. And I must also say, my thanks to Dean Brennan, who, right away through this process has been nothing other than a gentleman with it, and honest and straight with me, and hopefully he's felt the same back with both. Both clubs have conducted themselves in the right way.
Moving on then to this week, and you weren't done there. Brooklyn Ilunga arrived through the door, a player just 21 years of age, so a few years younger, at the opposite end of his career, I guess, and perhaps a signing that's slightly more under the radar, that one. Yeah,
I tried to do Brooklyn in the summer, which probably people don't realise. I met Brooklyn, he come here, and that was all subject to MK Dons knowing that, by the way, and we just couldn't get it done in the summer. For many various reasons. So Brooklyn's come in. It's an opportunity for him to hopefully get in the first team and make a stake and a claim for his career. And he's an exciting young player. Yeah, he's an exciting young player that will hopefully grow into us and a little bit like Idris really. Idris come in the door, had to bide his time a little bit, but they're as long as they're ready to take their chance when they get in, then they've got to take it. And he's an exciting player at Brooklyn, so I'm really chuffed he's joined us, and I think he'll add a little bit of strength in depth in those attacking areas.
Last question on the individual player front, but we've had some brilliant news that's been released today, and that is that Kamal Grant's loan, which expired earlier this week, has been extended till the end of the season, which is great news, isn't it? Fantastic
news. Again, I must thank Steve Gallen at Millwall, who's been a huge help to me, not just since he's been at Millwall, but when he's been at other clubs as loans manager or chief scout. He's always been helpful to me in every sense, and I'd like to go on record of thanking him and Millwall, and also Kamal. Kamal, I think we should be honest and say there was other opportunities for Kamal, but Kamal believed that this was the place for him, and he believed he needs to finish the job off and finish the season off with us, and that's credit to him. That's something that's not oftenly spoke about in football clubs, that people are loyal when they come on loan. So hopefully we can keep developing Kamal and keep helping him on his journey to hopefully send him back in the summer ready to start pre-season. Hopefully get in Millwall's first team, a little bit like we've done many years ago with Alex Mitchell, and then who went on to have a career. But for here and now, Kamal's with us, and hopefully he can finish off the second half of the season really strong.
All of what you've been saying about those players indicates there's a culture at this club that they want to be part of. Would you say that's the case?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Really, it's all about the culture. I want people that want to come here. I want people that want to buy into our culture. And I want people that want to enhance our culture, and push everyone here to be better. And I want them to rub off on the players that are already here. And that's how we're going to keep improving as a football club. And I think it's important. We have to have players that want to be here. We could have Lionel Messi that we could get on loan, and if he doesn't want to be here, what's the point? That said, if Lionel Messi does come up, we'll take him. But my point being that we have to have people that want to be at Bromley Football Club and play for this football club, because that's what we're about.
Slightly different week, obviously, given everything that happened at the weekend, of course. How's everyone done this week?
Yeah, it's been business as usual, really. I think it's very important to reflect on the weekend and get that out of our system, which we did. And then really what's really important is this Saturday that we don't sort of have that after the Lord Mayor's show, and we get back to what we're about. This is our bread and butter. This is what we're about. The cup is the cup, that's gone. This is what we're about now. 22 games. We've got to hit a certain amount of points, which we know in-house, and we've got to start Saturday, and with the visit of Colchester coming to our football club, which won't be an easy game.
Just going to say, reflecting back on the last game between the two sides back in September, early September, one of our first away trips in League Two. Nothing really to split the two sides that day.
Nothing to split the two sides. I'm sure it'll be a similar sort of encounter here. It's always about margins. But like I say, you know, we've got to make sure that we get about our business and make sure we get our game plan right and stick to what we're good at. And that's the message from me this week with our guys.
Andy, thank you for your time.
Thank you.